Okay. Let me do this review for True Blood before my battery dies on my camera. You like my shirt? Boyfriends are whatever. Vampires are forever. I'm drinking my True Blood. Anyhow, I don't want to talk too loud because my neighbor's back door is right here and he grumpy. Alright, so let's get into it. Okay. Like, I got some notes. I really don't, but I'm going to write down my characters. So we got Bill and Jessica. Bill is now otherworldly and he has special powers. He has telekinesis. He has, what else does he have? He can see the future. He can do like all these other crazy stuff and some things we don't even know what he can do. So we find this out because he was telling Jessica that he could feel all the pain from the vampires and stuff like that. I don't know about you, but it's getting like kind of like too much. It's bugs. It's like getting to be too much, probably because I'm sweating. Can you tell I'm sweating? But anyway, this is up. Let's see. Anyway, it's getting to be too it's gonna be too much with Bill and all his special powers. Like, that's how I felt last season with the whole authority thing. Like, they were taken away from, you know, like Bone Tone. Bone Tone is a character in True Blood. So, like, I don't know. Anyway, so he all otherworldly, he godly, he think he God. He having dreams about naked chicks and Lilith, and she's just like, something's gonna happen and something's to come, and be ready to see the signs or know the signs, or you'll know the signs when you see them or something like that. Anyway, so the only thing that made that whole situation believable was Jessica and how sad she was, and just kind of how alone she felt, because she feels like she's losing Bill, and or that she may have lost Bill, that she doesn't know who Bill is. He ends up going into like a little like comatose state or something, and so she calls a service. We were driving in the alley. She calls a service to, you know, feed him or whatever, and he ends up like not even having to bite the lady. He ends up like just being able to draw her blood from her. It was just really, it was kind of gross. So that was Bill and Jessica. Whatever. Let's see. Sookie. Who did Sookie interact with? She interacted with her brother Jason, because now we find out that the guy who we thought was Warlow is now the fairy grandfather, and he's there to help them, and yeah, so whatever. Anyway, where has he been all this time? Like, remember, no, that was her dad. Remember she went to Fairyland and her dad was there? Okay, so that wasn't her grandfather, that was her father. No, that was her grandfather, wasn't it? I swear that was her grandfather. Anyway, this is another fairy grandfather. I don't know whose side he's from, because I could have swore the grandfather was in another episode in Fairyland, but I could be mistaken. So anyway, Jason brings him home to see Sookie. I think this was later that night or the night before, and you know, he's like, I'm here to help. And did he say something else? My dog is acting crazy. I don't know what he said. It wasn't that important. He there to help them because Warlow is here and he's about to try to collect his debt, and he shows Sookie how to harness her power and bring all of her energy into this ball. And I guess this ball, if she releases it, it can, there's a bug crawling on my camera, she can destroy any vampire within the area or with any vampire that she wants, and then after that she won't be fairy anymore. That's kind of unfair, but okay. So we know what's gonna happen. We know at the end of the day she's gonna kill Bill and she's not gonna be a fairy anymore, and then the story is gonna be over unless we have a spin-off with Lafayette and Tara. I should hope. Oh, I could only hope. My dog is crawling all over the place. Get your big butt out of there. Come here. Oh, Big Cell. Big Cell. Come on, sit down, sweetie. Okay, so hey, baby. So that's where we are with that. And somewhere in the series or in the show, Arlene called her. She was in the bed. She goes up. She gets up to go to work and she meets some random fairy laying on the ground. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I remember her car was crashed. And I think Lafayette crashed it or she crashed it. Somebody jumped out of it and it crashed. But my thing is this. If you had to drive to Merlotte's before, how can you now like walk there? And then she wasn't even walking fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might as well just called off that day. Like, you was not about to make it to your shift on time. I mean, not even late on time. Just you wasn't even about to. You was about to miss your shift. Anyway, she sees random fairy dude in the ground. Okay, I'm sorry. She sees random fairy dude laying on the ground. He got attacked, but he wasn't eaten. Maybe he has powers, and that burned the vampire. Whoever attacked him, maybe he has more powers than Sookie, or did he say he was half fairy too? Like her, I can't remember. Anyway, that was lame. She shows him the way to the fairy club, which I wouldn't have, but that's what she did. So I guess he on his way to the fairy club. Andy Belfleur is trying to get out. He's out there in the field at the fairy club with 4 kids who grew overnight. I think they're a week old and now they're like 5. So nothing really happened. He just called for Morella and she never showed up, and everything's kind of being dragged out. Like, I see this is gonna be one of those we ain't gonna get nowhere for like 4 episodes, and I don't like that. So okay. Alright, so Alcide is showing his ass. Alcide's ass. Though we like it. But he was showing it in a different way. I guess he went back. He went to Sam's house with the grandmother, Emma's grandmother, and that new Danielle chick, the new wolf lady. And they went to go get Emma. Emma doesn't want to go with the wolf people. She wants to stay with Sam. But technically, Sam, like, you have no rights. You weren't even married to Luna, so maybe Luna's not dead. I'm not sure. But Alcide beats up Polo Sam, and Danielle beats up Lala, and I'm very upset. And Alcide throws Emma over her shoulders like some caveman and takes her back to the pack in the barn to probably go chew on old dude who they was chewing on in the last episode. Maybe that's what she gonna eat for dinner. His fingers or something, I don't know. So Alcide's an ass. Okay, what else happens? I think Arlene and Terry, Patrick's wife, came and she said, I hope we don't delve any more into this whole Ifrit and Patrick and this whole fire story situation. It's really boring, and I love Arlene and I love Terry, but that storyline sucked. So I'm hoping this is the end of it. Like, no more Patrick, no more Patrick's wife, no more nobody. I don't want to see it. I don't care. I just don't care. Alright, so what else happened? Oh, Eric, Pam, Tara, and what's the sister's name? Damn, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, her. Nora. Okay, so we know that Tara got shot for sticking up for Pam. And I guess we discover now that they're using these UV bullets, which is very clever, very smart. And Eric is like more paranoid than I think the rest of them. I think it means a little bit more something to Eric. I'm not sure what, but it's like he knows something. I'm not sure what he knows, but this is like he's shook up about this whole thing, that the people, he always felt like he was in charge. Nobody is more powerful than Eric. I think he's 1,000 years old. Even though there are werewolves and fairies, even still, he's at the top of that pyramid. So now that the humans are now kind of not going for the okie doke, where you just can't like manipulate them any old kind of way, I think he's like feels like his power is being taken away from him. Plus, he is 1,000 years old, so so it's a shock. He's old. He's like frozen in time. So anything new, I think, is just not. It's throwing him off. So he ends up taking a bullet out of Tara, and then he yells at Nora and tells Nora to figure out what they missed in the translation of the Vampire Bible. So she figures that out, and she goes to read the Bible, and then she realizes she missed something. What? I can't remember, because I just don't care. I don't know why, I just don't care. So, but I love the show, and I've been watching it since season 1, so we'll see. Eric then goes to visit the governor. I'm like, how are we gonna have 2 governors? Like, we got the governor in The Walking Dead, and then we got another governor with The Walking Dead and fairies and werewolves and other creatures. So he goes to visit the governor. He tries to glamour the governor. I like this new governor. I like him better than, what was that? I'm supposed to call him Rush Limbaugh. What was that other one? What was the name of that other dude? The old dude who they just killed. He killed like that old fairy lady. Oh, what was the name of him? Damn. Anyway, he is gone, and this to me is the new him. But he's the governor. So do you think the governor is a monster? Is he something else? Can other vampires tell other vampires? Because I was like, I got the impression he was a vampire. We only see him at night. Eric came to his house at night. He held the press conference at night. He met with the people at the True Blood Factory, at the new True Blood Factory, at night, 4 a.m. to be exact. So I'm wondering, is he some sort of half owl, half... aren't owls nocturnal creatures? Maybe he's an owl, were-owl. I don't know. But anyway, so he tried to glamour, Eric tried to glamour the new governor, and it didn't work because now they got these specialized contacts. And of course he escapes because they try to escort him outside, but he could fly or do whatever and disappear so fast that they won't have time to shoot him. So he ends up glamoring the daughter of the governor because she just took out her contacts. What did he have her do? I don't think he had her do anything as of yet. But that's what's going on so far. I think I covered all the characters. And it's just a lot going on here in this yard. Anyway, so I think that's about it. We'll see what happens next week. Next Sunday. Bye.